What if I told you that there's a better way to wax your paint that takes the same time, costs the same money, but it'll make your paint 187% more glossier? Totally just made that number up. The other day, the owner of this Mustang told me that it was due for a good wash and wax. I told her that I think I can make it look even better in the same amount of time that it would take me to do that. And we're gonna do so by replacing the traditional liquid or paste wax with this right here, an all-in-one polish. Back in the day, we used to use what was referred to as a cleaner wax in order to bring some shine back to dull paint. It had some chemical abrasives in it that would deep clean the paint, maybe remove some oxidation, and if you're lucky, fill in a few swirl marks. Since then, a much better product has come out that we refer to as an all-in-one polish. And the reason why it's a game changer is because it actually has physical abrasives in it, very similar to the compound and polish that you would use for a full-on paint correction. Now, obviously, it's not as powerful, but it makes up for it in ease of use. You see, a product like 3D Speed here contains something like 10% compound, 20% polish, and then the remaining 70% is molten wax. That's right, this is mostly wax, just like the product that you've been using. So both of them are gonna protect your paint the same way, it's just that the all-in-one polish has some bonus features. Now, you can apply this by hand just like a regular wax, but I'm gonna take it up a notch and I'm gonna use a machine polisher for this. This is typically referred to as a paint enhancement because it'll really bring a lot of gloss out of the paint. But you can do it either way. Let's get to work on prepping this Mustang for polishing. Although it's a daily driver, I can tell that this car is garage kept for the most part. While it does have the usual scratches and swirl marks, it's in great shape overall. It doesn't even have any stone chips, which makes sense because it's mostly just driven in town. So we just have some dirt to clean up, nothing major. Now, I was curious, and as soon as I popped the hood, I found our first opportunity to improve this car. Let's get the engine bay cleaned up. This Mustang gets oil sprayed every year to prevent rust, so it would be a waste of time to make it flawless. As a matter of fact, we actually want to keep the oil and grease in certain places so it can do its job to protect the car. So I approach this the same way I do with my 4Runner. Make the upper portion of the bay presentable, and don't worry about deep cleaning the grease down below. I could tell these inner fenders hadn't been cleaned in a while, so I hit them with some APC before starting on the wheels. Creating contrast is one of the best ways to make your paint pop, and one of the ways we do that is by dressing the tires. So make sure to take the time to clean the rubber thoroughly, otherwise your dressing won't last very long. Having clean wheels is another way to make your overall car look shinier, so give them a good cleaning too. Make sure to get in between the spokes and the inner barrels. Next up, it's time for a deep clean to get this thing ready for polishing. Alright, so I've chosen to do a 2-bucket method wash on this car specifically because it's fairly dirty. I don't have a whole lot of clean towels right now. I like to be able to just use one wash mitt, and I'm not worried about swirl marks or anything because I am going to be machine polishing this thing afterwards. So if you want to know more about the different wash methods and when to choose each one, that's what Maintenance Wash Mastery was created for. That's why I built it. So there's a link down below for you to check it out if you're interested. I'm working out here in the direct sunshine, which is not ideal, but not the end of the world. Just gotta move quick and try to keep the surface from drying. Now, since I'm going to be machine polishing this, I want to make sure to get it as dry as possible. So I'm going to use the leaf blower to blow any of the water that's stuck in between the panels and the grill and the lights and stuff like that, so it's not creeping out while I'm running my machine. All right, now that did not a great job of drying this off. It did some, but not a whole lot. And that's okay, because even though we've got sort of like a residue left behind from the dried on soap and everything on here, I'm gonna be clay barring it anyways. So it's really not a problem because I'm getting it wet again with my rinseless wash as a clay lube. Since we're polishing this, we want to clay bar it to make sure that we don't have any bonded contaminants on the surface. This is something that you wouldn't normally do if you were just gonna wax your paint, because I'm kind of a firm believer in you don't wanna use a clay bar unless you're gonna be polishing after, because this will create a little bit of micro marring, which in turn will make your paint look a little bit dull and a little bit cloudy. The good news is that that comes off super easily. As soon as you start polishing it, that stuff gets cleared right back up again. So when normally if we were just waxing our paint, we would have the problem of creating marring by clay barring it and then just putting a temporary wax on top of that. It's not gonna actually repair the paint or anything. It's just gonna temporarily cover it up. When the wax wears off, that's how you end up with the marring returning, and you have a dull, cloudy looking paint job. And the cool thing about clay bars, or in this case I'm using a NanoSkin auto scrub sponge, same idea. You could do your glass with this too. It actually does a really good job of deep cleaning your windows, and it's gonna help your windshield wipers to work better. It's gonna make them easier to clean when you're just using like a regular glass cleaner and stuff. One of the reasons why I'm using a rinseless wash as a clay lube here, partly because it's so much more cost effective. You don't need to be buying clay lubes, guys, just use this. But also, Optimum No Rinse in particular here will soften water, and it's super slick. So in a case like this where I'm working outside in the sunshine, it just makes it a little bit easier to work with. I find traditional clay lubes are a little bit too heavy on the product or something. They leave a real mess of streaking and stuff behind when I just want to get to polishing. That's the fun part. Let's get this prep work over with as quickly as we can, right? I feel like people are going to accuse me of being sponsored by Optimum. First of all, I'm using their outdated, like 2 versions ago product. If I was getting paid by them, don't you think I'd have the latest and greatest version? But also, in pure honesty, you can use any rinseless wash for this. I just don't really use them myself because I haven't tried them. I just stick with the one that I always use, but there's a few good rinseless wash products on the market there, and they're all pretty much gonna do the same thing. So I'm not necessarily promoting Optimum No Rinse, I'm just promoting rinseless washes in general. Nice and slick to the touch. Remember, clay bar isn't supposed to make your paint look any different. This is all about feel. This is gonna remove the bonded contaminants on the surface. It's gonna make it slick so that you can make it shiny by polishing it. You're probably wondering, like, dude, I thought polishing your paint takes like dozens of hours. And it does when you're talking about a paint correction. But that's not what we're doing here. We're just doing a paint enhancement, a really quick pass with the machine just to bring out gloss. So that means that we're gonna be moving our arm speed a lot faster than we would if we were trying to remove specific scratches in the paint. So I'll show you how this goes. You can see how fast we're working here. We are making pretty quick work of this. This is when you start to see the metal flake come out of this paint. You probably didn't realize that there's this much of a sparkle in this until you polish it and bring it all out again. This is a super easy way to make it look many years newer. Here's a little before and after, and it comes in very handy that we've got the sunshine out directly right now. So this is the non-polished side, and this is the polished side. This isn't going to permanently remove the deep scratches, but it will temporarily fill them in, and then all of the lighter, minor swirl marks and scratches will be removed from the action of the machine, as well as the abrasives in the product itself. Look at how deep the reflections are in this side now. And you guys saw how quickly I worked on this half of the hood. I did not spend a whole lot of time on this, so I'm going to zip through the rest of this car and make it look awesome. What about for spots like this where my big polishing pad isn't going to fit? Well, I do have smaller polishers that I could use, but you might not. So I'm going to show you how you can just do this by hand. So we're just going to get it spread around and we're just going to go to town. You're not going to get the same kind of movement that you will get with a machine, but with a little elbow grease, you can rub it in and still take advantage of the abrasives that are in this to get a better result than just rubbing wax on and wiping it off. This is definitely going to kill your shoulders a lot faster than using a machine, but you can do the whole car this way if you have to. You won't get the same result, but it can be done. All right, now that the paint is done, we can work on some finishing touches, like getting some tire dressing on these. Because now that the paint is popping, we've got to get everything else to tie in properly. So now we need to focus on getting all of our black contrast nice and black. And finally, the plastic trim was starting to look pretty dull and gray. Since this is just a quick afternoon job, I applied a trim dressing to make it dark again. You can either keep applying this every few washes, or if you want it to last longer, use a ceramic coating or a permanent dye. You can see how the added contrast really makes the paint look wet and glossy now. Well, in just a few hours, this car is now cleaned, polished, and protected. And while it might not have removed every deep scratch like a proper paint correction would have, it also took a fraction of the time and costs a fraction of the money. So if all you care about is making your paint look glossy again, this is a great option. I use 3D Speed in this video, but you can use a different one if you want to, like Rupes Uno or something. Just make sure that it includes some compound or polish along with the wax, and you'll be able to do this yourself. The problem is, your results won't last if you're not taking care of your car properly. So watch this video next to make sure that you aren't making the same mistake that keeps your car from looking its best.